The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills' Dorit Kemsley has settled one of fans' most burning questions. Who will get to keep 1980s pop icon Boy George now that she and Paul P.K. Kemsley are separating? The mother of two and Beverly Beach fashion designer sat for Season 3, Episode 3 of Bravo's Hot Mic podcast, getting candid about why she and P.K. decided to call it quits after 9 years of marriage. For anyone who's watched RHOBH since Dorit came onto the scene in late 2016, the Kemsleys had always been close with British singer Boy George, former frontman for Culture Club, the chart-topping new wave band behind hits such as Karma Chameleon and Do You Really Want to Hurt Me? Even Bravo producer Alex Baskin, hosting Hot Mic, wondered who would get dibs on Boy George, the singer who stayed in the Kemsleys' once shared Encino home. During the RHOBH Season 13 reunion at the dawn of Dorit and P.K.'s separation, Dorit said things went from bad to worse in the marriage. So much so that P.K. moved out of the home to stay with, you guessed it, Boy George. After we wrapped, things got progressively worse, and him and I were at probably an all-time bad, Dorit told reunion host Andy Cohen. Boy George was in town for 2 weeks in LA, and he was staying with George in the hotel. At the time, Garcelle Devay said that wasn't true, claiming Dorit's roundabout answer at the reunion was an attempt to skirt around divorce rumors. In 2017, the then-new housewife told Bravo's The Daily Dish that there was an instant love when she and P.K. met Boy George. We met George a few years back when he had approached P.K. about managing him, and when he came to LA, P.K. had suggested, "'Cause we had the room," he said. "You're welcome to come to the house," said Dorit. Not only was Boy George the Kemsleys' house guest, but he also became what Dorit jokingly called her own pseudo-husband and the godfather to the couple's 8-year-old daughter, Phoenix Kemsley. Dorit continued, "I think when you stay in someone's house and you live in their lives and you're playing with their children and you see them as a couple, it's different. I mean, he sees us before bed, he sees us first thing in the morning, and it's not like this lunch date per se. You kind of get more intimately connected, and that's definitely what happened." She said Boy George was just George in their home, unless one was to look through his colorful wardrobe. He often cooked and dined with the Kemsleys, shared friends, enjoyed wine, and became someone the housewife trusted implicitly. "He is George," she continued. "This down-to-earth, super funny, great, warm, natural, big, beautiful-hearted, down-to-earth guy." Boy George performed for the Beverly Hills Housewives in Season 7, Episode 8, during P.K.'s 49th birthday party, a surprise Dorit tried to conceal from the rest of her guests. He became fast friends with Erica Jane, and already had an existing friendship Kyle Richards from their time together on Celebrity Apprentice, Kyle explained in the Season 7 premiere. Dorit and Boy George sat side by side for the April 20, 2019 episode of Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. His tagline? "Oh, you bitches want drama." He seemed to be having a good time hanging with his sober friends, including P.K. in Portland, Oregon, as seen in an August 13, 2024 video posted on the singer's Instagram page. Dorit on her future with P.K. Dorit was optimistic about her future friendship with Boy George, but her future with P.K. remained uncertain, she said in her Hot Mic interview. "I don't know if P.K. and I will end up back together," she confessed to Baskin. "There'll be a lot of work that needs to be done, or if we'll end up divorcing. But what I do hope is that we can. No matter what journey we have to go through, I hope that we can emerge as friends and truly persevere the friendship that I believe we have deep down, for our children and for ourselves." Hear more about Dorit's life in her full interview on Bravo's Hot Mic podcast, available on Bravo and anywhere you listen to your favorite podcasts. The rumors have been swirling for weeks, but Dorit Kemsley finally set the record straight. In a world where the lines between personal and professional blur all too often, the question of who gets Boy George became an unlikely, yet highly entertaining, subplot in the ongoing drama surrounding Dorit's high-profile breakup with husband Paul P.K. Kemsley. Fans have watched the couple's ups and downs for years on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and while their separation shocked many, the logistics of their split have become the stuff of reality TV legend. On a recent episode of Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, Dorit addressed the elephant in the room, or rather the pop icon in her life. "People keep asking me, who gets Boy George?" Dorit said with a laugh, referencing the musician's close friendship with her soon-to-be ex-husband P.K. For those unfamiliar, P.K. has long been Boy George's manager and confidant, a relationship that often brought the 80s music legend into the Kemsleys' glamorous world. The trio's dynamic became a fan favorite on RHOBH, with George making multiple memorable appearances in the Kemsleys' sprawling Beverly Hills home. "Well, I'm here to confirm," Dorit continued with a teasing smile. "Boy George is definitely staying with PK. That's their bond. I could never come between that." The statement, as light-hearted as it was, carried a hint of poignancy. For years, Boy George was not just a friend to the Kemsleys, but also a symbol of their seemingly glamorous and unconventional lifestyle. His presence at their parties, his witty banter, and even his impromptu performances added a unique sparkle to their on-screen storylines. In a way, his involvement reflected a sense of unity in Dorit and PK's lives, a partnership that extended beyond marriage into music, friendship, and business. As Dorit elaborated, it became clear that George's decision to align with PK was a natural one. Their relationship goes so far back, she said. They've been through so much together. It's deeper than a working relationship. Boy George is like family to PK, and he'll always be in his corner. Indeed, Boy George's bond with PK predates Dorit's entrance into the picture. PK began managing George's career during a critical period of the singer's resurgence, helping him navigate his comeback and return to public prominence. Their connection evolved beyond business, forming a brotherly camaraderie that became as legendary as George's chart-topping hits. Fans of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills will recall the many times Boy George stepped into the Kemsley household, becoming an unofficial member of the family. Whether it was casually having tea in the kitchen, poking fun at Dorit's fashion choices, or offering heartfelt advice during tough times, George's appearances often softened the edges of Dorit and PK's sometimes tumultuous relationship. In a way, he bridged gaps between them, a reminder of the joy and eccentricity that made their marriage special. However, as Dorit explained, her connection with George remains warm and friendly despite the choice to stay with PK. "Listen, I adore George," she emphasized. "He's one of the most brilliant, kind-hearted people I've ever met. And he's been there for me too, through all of this, but I completely respect where his loyalties lie. It's not about taking sides, it's about history. George and PK have a bond that's unshakable, and I'm genuinely happy for them." For fans who have followed Dorit and PK's journey, Boy George's choice may feel symbolic. The musician's presence became an anchor for a period in their lives that was defined by excess, glamour, and high-stakes ventures. From private jets to million-dollar home renovations, the Kemsley story was as much about their extravagant tastes as it was about their personal struggles. George's exit from Dorit's orbit could be seen as the closing chapter to that particular era. The breakup itself has been a challenging topic for Dorit, who previously downplayed rumors of marital discord. On earlier seasons of RHOBH, fans saw glimpses of the couple's struggles, financial concerns, emotional distance, and the pressures of maintaining appearances in Beverly Hills' judgmental social circles. Still, Dorit often defended PK, reiterating their love and mutual respect. "PK and I will always share a connection," Dorit shared during her WWHL appearance. "We have 2 beautiful children together, and nothing can change that. But we're moving forward in different ways now. It's not easy, but it's what's best for us." Her acknowledgement of Boy George's role in PK's life underscores Dorit's evolving perspective. "It's funny how people get caught up in this idea that there has to be sides," she added. "At the end of the day, Boy George is a grown man who's going to do what makes him happy, and I'm all for it." Naturally, Dorit's revelation sparked plenty of chatter among Bravo fans and pop culture commentators. Social media lit up with reactions, ranging from lighthearted memes to deeper reflections on the dynamics of loyalty during a breakup. "Not Dorit and PK fighting over custody of Boy George, Mao," one fan tweeted, encapsulating the absurdity that has made reality TV so addictive. Another chimed in, "Honestly, it makes sense. PK and George are like a package deal at this point." Others, however, saw a more emotional layer to Dorit's admission. "Boy George's loyalty to PK shows how important friendships are during hard times," one commenter wrote. "Dorit seems really mature about it though. Good for her." While PK may have Boy George in his corner, Dorit is focused on carving out her own path post-breakup. Sources close to the RHOBH star have hinted that she's working on a new fashion venture, inspired by her own style evolution over the years. Additionally, Dorit has spoken candidly about prioritizing her children, family, and personal growth. "This is a time for me to focus on what really matters," she shared. "My kids need me, and I need to show them what strength and resilience look like. That's my priority." For now, fans can rest easy knowing that the answer to the question of Boy George's allegiance has been answered. He's definitely staying with PK, as Dorit confirmed with grace, humor, and a surprising amount of peace. As for Dorit, she's ready for whatever comes next. Whether or not Boy George stops by her next dinner party remains to be seen. But if there's one thing fans know, it's that Dorit Kemsley is far from done with her own glamorous storyline.